Studies have shown that poor data quality is a reason that over 40% of data initiatives and data projects fail. I don't know that that's coming as a surprise to anyone who has worked with data or seen poor data quality. It's a huge challenge, and that challenge is growing exponentially as the amount of data that we have coming into our organizations is growing exponentially as well. We've got new big data platforms that allow us to ingest all kinds of data much more quickly than we've been able to in the past. We have much more storage and compute capabilities available to us in the cloud. And so all of these things together have created an even bigger challenge with data quality. I may not know the data that I have in my data lake yet, but I put it there because I think there's insight later. I may not know the quality of that data. How am I supposed to feel confident in the data that I have that's in my lake if I'm not sure maybe even what that data is, and certainly if I don't know what it is, I don't know what the quality of that data is. In the big data space, we really need to think about that because we don't want to have a situation where we have a lake full of data and we don't know what we've got or the quality of that. So addressing data quality in the big data environment is critical to success from the time you start building out your data lake to the time that you end your data lake and we move on to the next thing. So what do we do? How do we solve this? The thing that we've seen most effective with our clients is understanding and cataloging and profiling data on ingest. So what do I mean by that? As data is coming into our data lake, we need to capture programmatically as much information as we can about that data. There are ways for us to derive the schema, understand the data that's coming in, store that information, and then profile it so that we have at least a baseline set of metadata about the quality of the data set that's come in. We can build that programmatically on ingest. So even though we may not know exactly what data we have, we can still build a schema, profile on that schema, and record the results so that down the line when our data scientists and our data analysts want to start looking at using that data, they have a baseline place to start. And that is where the foundation of data quality starts in the big data environment. So once we have our data pulled into our data lake, ingested, we've got an initial set of data quality that's been applied to that data set. We've really only just started. There is much more work that needs to happen. So our data scientists and our data analysts are going to start using this data and working with this data, and hopefully, very quickly, they're going to get to some insight that's going to help solve a business problem. So once they get to that insight, now we want to move that data product into a production environment. And as soon as we do that, we need to make sure that we have an understanding of what the data quality needs to be for that data product to be successful. We need to understand when data needs to arrive and what the timing is for us to be able to produce that data product and the results that drive business value. So in order for us to do that, we really need to put into place a data SLA. So what do I mean by a data SLA or a data usage agreement? This is an agreement between the producer of data and the consumer of data, where we sit down and we document what should my data quality look like, when does this data arrive? If I have poor data quality, what am I doing? Should I be running these reports or this data product that I've built, or should I stop it? We need to capture all of that in a data usage agreement between our producer and our consumer of data, so that we know what to do in the event that we don't meet the success criteria that we were looking for. Data quality starts at the beginning as soon as we ingest that first data set into our lake, and it continues all the way through to creating a data usage agreement with our data consumer and our data producer so that we understand what we had at the beginning, what we have at the end, and so that we feel confident in the result that we're delivering to our business.